Hey, welcome to Laddering, the process to leverage your brand at the expense of your competitor's position. I like that. Remember this slide back in the earlier days of your marketing experiences with me? We talked about product feature, product benefit, and emotional benefit. That's actually laddering up, moving up the scale in terms of the position that you hold in the consumer's mind or your target market's mind to a higher level. So we think about a case that just blew people away on this one. It is involving the U.S. lingerie market and two companies, Victoria's Secret, the stalwart, and Aerie, the upstart. And in 2015-16, 2% and 79% were the market share. And over the course of the next 4 years, Aerie expands three times, more than three times its size, to 7%, and Victoria's Secret lost an astounding 14 points. How does this happen? Well, essentially it happens because of a thing called laddering. And this is the highest level, best-in-class example of laddering because it really gets into a very deep level, but at a very simple kind of a differentiation. Take these two companies here. One was founded in 1997 as an underwear shop where men could buy gifts for their wives. Aerie was actually a spin-off of American Eagle after its boys' briefs and camis became their most popular selling items. That was in 2006. Aerie came about. So now we look at the origins. Now, how do we take this to the next level? We reposition the competitor, the process of highlighting something positive about your brand to deposition the competition. That's what laddering is. So when we think about this, we'll look at three different aspects: events, marketing, and product of these two companies and see what exactly happened. So if you look at the way this comes about, Aerie is inclusive. Victoria's Secret exclusive, very much men's oriented. In the area of marketing, Aerie is authentic and realistic. No, that's not Victoria's Secret. That was very idealistic. It was unrealistic for most people. Finally, in the area of events, the male-focused Victoria's Secret had kind of run its course. Not very popular so much anymore. And Aerie popped into the body-positive position, which people are really have glommed onto. It's been a very, very important and quite a higher level kind of an understanding of the market. So when we think about the two things that really, really and truly happened here, they come around pricing and sizing that Aerie actually toppled Victoria's Secret, and essentially it goes like this. If you think about these two items, and we think about the inclusivity of Aerie and the exclusivity of Victoria's Secret, also occurs in the sizing. And in pricing, very obviously, Aerie becomes affordable. Victoria's Secret expensive, always considered to be expensive. So when we look at this is the sizing situation. Share of products available by size in 2020. Look at this. Over here on the left side, in the XX small size, 4% is the only amount of that Victoria's Secret would carry in the XXX size. Over on the other side, XXL, only 10%. Now, believe it or not, these two sizes have become much more popular, much more obvious and common. So they're missing out on growth of market share, period. Whereas Aerie recognizes this and does something about it. This is another area, the pricing. Victoria's Secret, the average price of best-selling online product in 2021 was $41 for Victoria's Secret versus $28 for Aerie. Now, if you really want to displace a competitor, most of the time it happens in pricing. Now, pricing plus one other thing, we'll talk about that in later issues. But this is what's happening here. It is getting displaced by pricing and sizing. And Victoria's Secret really lost relevance with a marketplace that Aerie discovered. Inclusive, exclusive, expensive, and affordable. So what's happening here is that Victoria's Secret gets displaced by Aerie with a different kind of a proposition on sizing and pricing and accommodating a market that is growing versus Victoria's Secret, which is dying. Victoria's Secret aimed toward men. Aerie aimed toward women. Very interesting demarcation, right? So another case of finding that open space, if you will. An example, Athletic Brewing Company, a subcategory they participate in is non-alcoholic beer, which has been pretty boring over time. Essentially, what they have done is they looked at the product feature. They've never had any alcohol in this beer. The others are made with alcohol and removed. not athletic brewing. It's a different process. Secondly, they have full flavor, no hangover. It's a product benefit. And then finally, the emotional benefit is clean living. And the way they pull this out, if you look down here over on the right side, they introduced this to athletes. And they had athletes actually participate in promoting the brand because of the benefits. The result is that the brand grew from $2.5 million in 2019 to $15 million in 2020, an increase of over 500%. And it achieved a 61% market share of non-alcoholic beer. The category grows. Non-alcoholic beer subcategory grew from 37,500 barrels in 2020 to 100,000 barrels in 2021. So that's Laddering. Hope you enjoyed it. See you around.